Hello guys, how's it going? Alex Gracias here. I hope you're well. Today I'm doing a quick video on the Audi Q3. This is the fuel filter replacement today. It's part of my full service video that I'm doing, but this is just a quick video in case you just want to replace the fuel filter and you want to know what parts you need and what tools you need for the job and how to do it. So today, this is the part number. I'm using the Bosch fuel filter, as you can see there. I will put the link in the description below in case you want to get one, but I do advise checking your reg number or your VIN number to make sure that you got the correct one, because there's a couple of different types of them. So like I said, this is 2-litre TDI engine. I also, every time I replace the fuel filter, I do like to use either DPF cleaner or the injector cleaner that chuck in the fuel tank, because it is important. It does help, especially on the full services. I definitely do it because it does help you with the injector cleaning, because you do get rubbish in the fuel, unfortunately, and this will help your car to run better as well. Sometimes it even fixes slight misfires. So yeah, I'm going to put the link for this in the description below as well. This is a very good product. So yeah, like I said, if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to show you today how to replace it and what tools you're going to need. Right, just before I start, please do double check with your reg number or the VIN number that you have got the correct fuel filter before you start doing this job. But yeah, if you follow my link in the description below, it should be the right one. So what you're going to need for this job is the Torx 20 to undo 5 of the screws that you got there, and you're also going to need a flat blade screwdriver. I usually use a bit of blue roll that I wrap around the housing, and because you will have a bit of diesel coming out, and it just saves you making a mess and having the engine bay stinking of diesel. So just get that around there, it will help, and just a little bit on the side ready for when you're taking the actual fuel filter out. So just leave that there. So they will be a bit tight. Right, so once they're all off, sometimes they're quite tight on there. This one isn't, because I can see it's already moving and got a bit of fuel coming out. So if they're tight or they're slightly different type, there's a little cut out there that you can get a flat blade screwdriver and lever it a little bit, and it will come off, because you got the O-ring on some of them that will keep it tight in there. So in this case, just lift it up slowly so the fuel doesn't go everywhere. And there we are, there's the fuel filter. As you can see already, it does look like the right fuel filter, exactly the same as this one. So get a bit of blue roll to avoid making a mess. Make sure that the surface where it obviously goes on is clean, so you haven't got any uneven surface there. Get this out of the way, and this is where unfortunately it will get a bit messy, because you will need to lift that up, and there will be a fuel filter obviously full of fuel. If you hold it there for a bit, it will get rid of a bit of fuel that you got in the actual filter, just to avoid making a mess. And while you're here with a bit of light, you can have a look inside there to see how much rubbish you actually got in there. And it's not looking too bad, to be honest. So let me just drain it a bit more. Like I said, at this stage, do have a look that the fuel filter is the same, and it definitely looks the same to me. That'll do. Now, like I said, do clean it up. Make sure the surface is nice and even. I haven't got any corrosion or any rubbish there. That's all looking good. So now we're ready to get the fuel filter in there. So as you can see, this part in the middle locates in the middle there where the rubber is as well. So if you put it in there slowly, don't just drop it in there, because it will splash all the diesel out of there. So just drop it slowly. Make sure the seal goes around there properly. Yeah, that looks good to me. And locate the middle bit in there. Push it on, and at this stage you can start putting the screws back in. Like I said, be careful not to drop them. And they're not going in there very tight at all, because they're little tiny screws. Pretty sure the torque setting is around 8 Newton meters for them, but you will feel when it's right anyway. Don't overdo them, because you will snap it and there will be an issue. So just start them up nice and even. After replacing the fuel filter, as you can see, we obviously lost a bit of diesel out of there, so there will be a bit of air in the system, and the car will struggle to start if you try and start up straight away. So what I usually do is I turn the ignition on for about 6 times. Every time I turn it on, the lights come on, and I wait 10 seconds, then turn it off, then do it again, and do that about 6 times. That should prime a bit of fuel in the system. And then when you eventually start the car, you're obviously not going to stall the car, and you're not going to need any diagnostic tools to run the pump. It should start and run fine. So just give it a bit of accelerator as you start the car, and that will obviously help with the process of getting rid of the air. So let's just do it up quickly. Like I said, nice and even. Right, and at final stage, like I said, the torque settings I will put in description below. Just do it up, don't go crazy because you will snap the bolt. And once you run the car, please make sure that you look around here and rev it up and make sure there's no diesel coming out anywhere, so it's nice and tight there, so there's no fuel leaks at all. So like I said guys, ignition on and off for 10 seconds, on, wait 10 seconds, turn it off, obviously do it again 6 times. 6 times should be enough, and then in the end obviously start it up. So like I said, leave it running and have a look around the seal there if there's no fuel coming out, but it's looking good. As you can see, the car started. It struggled a little bit in the beginning, but it obviously had a little bit of air in there, but now it's all good and that should be fine now. And the last bit, obviously once you've done the job, just chuck a bit of treatment in there, or the whole bottle to be honest. And this is it guys. Like I said, just have a look that there's no leaks. It's a pretty easy job. Just obviously try and avoid making a mess and spilling diesel all over the place. Like I said, the parts are in the description below. When you do the fuel treatment that I've used, please make sure that you have got fuel, because it's something that they advise you on. Make sure you have got fuel in the tank, at least half a tank when you put the whole bottle in there. But yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I'm going to move on to the next step now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.